Good morning dear students, welcome to Maths Bridge course. So today we will be completing the topic of complex numbers. So we have started complex numbers yesterday and previous that is day before yesterday we have done complex numbers. We have learned lot of concepts. I told you the concept of complex numbers is the continuation of actually the quadratic equations, that is nature of the roots, where we see discriminant is less than 0. There we used to say what, up till 10th standard we used to say that there are no roots. Now we say what, there are imaginary roots. That imaginary root is called as iota. Okay, we learned the concept of iota, then we learned what is complex numbers, that is z is equal to x plus iy, we represent it. And coming to complex numbers, we learned yesterday's class, we learned what is additive inverse, multiplicative inverse, and also conjugate of a complex number, and also modulus of a complex number. Okay, and graphical representation also I told you when it comes to the complex numbers. So in today's class, let us continue with amplitude of the complex number. I told you amplitude of a complex number means it is nothing but amplitude, or it is also called as argument of a complex number. Argument of a complex number means it is nothing but the value of theta. Okay, the value of theta with respect to the complex number. Now let me reiterate what I told in the yesterday's class. So when it comes to the argument of a complex number, argument of z, we write it as theta. So suppose z is equal to x plus iy. Okay, x plus iy. Before finding theta, we have to find out alpha. Why? I will tell you. Now listen. Alpha is equal to, it is given by the value tan inverse of modulus of y by x. Modulus of y by x. So when it comes to alpha, while finding the alpha, the value of y and x, here tan inverse of y by x, this should be positive. Even if it is negative, it should come out as a positive value. Tan inverse of y by x, we will take it. Let me check first whether I am audible. Okay, done, fine. Now see, this is what we are having. Now this is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant. This is what we are having. This is positive x direction, negative x direction, negative x direction, and this will be what, y and y dash. But here, instead of taking normal coordinate axis, we call it the argand plane, because here we are having x axis direction, x axis. In the y axis, we take it as what, imaginary axis, we take it as what, iy. Here it is minus iy, here it is minus iy. Okay, this is iy and this is minus iy. This is minus iy. Okay, clear. Now suppose the complex number is located anywhere. Okay, here the what is the value of theta? Okay, theta means what, this is the positive. Theta is the angle made by the complex number in the positive direction of x axis in the anti-clockwise direction, with the positive direction of x axis in the anti-clockwise direction here in the first quadrant. Now coming to each and every quadrant, what is the value of theta if you take it? Theta here in the first quadrant, it is what, alpha. Okay, theta value will be equal to whatever the value of alpha we get, that will also be, that will only be the value of theta. Now when it comes to second quadrant, please be careful, here theta value will be equal to pi minus alpha. Theta value will be equal to what, pi minus alpha. What about the third quadrant? Third quadrant, it is alpha minus pi. Third quadrant, it is alpha minus pi, and in the fourth quadrant it is minus alpha. It is minus alpha. Definitely we have to remember this. Definitely we have to remember these values. That is theta is equal to alpha in the first quadrant, second quadrant theta is equal to pi minus alpha, in the third quadrant theta is equal to alpha minus pi, and in the fourth quadrant theta is equal to minus alpha. This is what we have now. And this x axis here it will be 0, this will be 0 degree, this will be, what is it, minus, this is plus pi by 2, this is plus pi by 2, and this will be minus pi by 2, we take it, and this value will be pi, this value will be pi. Okay, this is what we got. Now based on this they will give some questions, and they will ask you to find out the value of alpha. But before going to that, let us learn some properties of argument of complex number. Even if they give argument or amplitude, it is one and the same. You have to find out the value of the theta. So how to find out the value of theta? First you find out alpha. Alpha is equal to what? Tan inverse of y by x. What it is? Modulus of y by x. Okay. Now let us see some important results when it comes to argument. Argument of z plus argument of z bar, that is conjugate, is equal to 0 if theta is not equal to pi. okay, is equal to 0 if theta is not equal to pi, is equal to 2 pi if theta is equal to pi. Not that important, you have to remember this. Argument of z bar is equal to minus argument of z. Okay, this you remember. Argument of z bar is equal to what? Minus argument of z. This one you remember. See, argument of z1 z2 is what? Argument of z1 plus argument of z2. Okay, so this is like log of ab is what? Log of a plus log of b. Same like log. Okay, argument of z1 is what? Argument of z1 plus argument of z2. So see here, argument of z1 by z2 is what? Argument of z1 minus argument of z2. Log of a by b is what? Log a minus log b. Same way we are having here. Next, argument of z1 z bar is nothing but argument of z1 minus argument of z2. Okay. Now, similarly, if I talk about this property is not that important. Now see here, one more thing is when it comes to argument of z to the power of n can be written as what? N times argument of z. N times argument of z. Similar to this is same as the log property. See, log of a to the power of n can be written as what? N times log a. This is also one important property you have to remember. Please make a note of this property. Okay. Now, suppose I am given the values, like let me take the argand plane. Now, this is x dash, this will be iy minus iy. Okay, minus iy. Now, suppose I am given the values like the complex number, the values are given like 1 plus I, okay, minus 1 plus I, okay, minus 1 minus I, 1 minus I. These are the values that is given. For each of it, this is first one, second one, third one. Okay, for each of it I have to find the argument. Okay, this is the z value that is given. I have to find the argument of z for each of it. Okay, I have to find the argument of z for each of it. Let me bring it down. I hope it is visible now. I have to find the argument of z for each of it. Okay, argument of z for first one. Let me take the first one. So see here, I have to find the argument of z for first one. So first one, what is the question we are having? 1 plus I. Now if you look at this, first of all I have to find out the argument of z, means I want theta, but before that I have to find what? Alpha. So alpha will be equal to what? Tan inverse of mod y by x. So here tan inverse of mod, what is it? 1, y is what here? I plus I means here nothing is there, means it is 1. So 1 by 1. So that is tan inverse of 1, that is nothing but equal to pi by 4. So alpha we got it as what? Alpha we got it as pi by 4. So now look at this, x is what? X is 1 and y is also 1. I am not worried about the value, I am worried about the sign. Here x is positive and y is positive. Okay, here we are having x comma y. Both x and y are positives in which quadrant? First quadrant. In first quadrant, theta is equal to what? In the first quadrant, theta is equal to alpha. So what is the argument of z? Argument of z for the first question, it is nothing but equal to theta. That is nothing but equal to what? Theta value is nothing but equal to what? Pi by 4. So for this we got argument of z. For this one we got it as what? Pi by 4. For this we got it as what? Pi by 4, because here theta is equal to alpha. Similarly, let us take up the second question here. Second question, if you take it up, so first let us find out alpha. Alpha is equal to what? Tan inverse of, okay, mod y by x. Mod y by x means 1 by minus 1, that is nothing but equal to tan inverse of mod 1. Okay, that is nothing but equal to pi by 4. So alpha value is equal to what, friends? Alpha value got it as what? Pi by 4. Alpha value is pi by 4. But I want the theta value, not the alpha value. By looking at it, see here, x is negative, y is positive. So here x plus iy is of the form x is negative and y is positive. X is negative, y is positive. Which quadrant? So see here, x is positive, y is positive, first quadrant. Second quadrant, if you look at it, x is negative, y is positive. Here what is happening? Both x and y are negative. This is third quadrant. And what about this one? Fourth quadrant. Both what about this one? X will be negative, okay, or x will be positive here and y will be negative here. This is fourth quadrant. Here theta is equal to alpha. In the second quadrant, like I told you, theta will be equal to pi minus alpha. In the third quadrant, theta will be equal to alpha minus pi. And when it comes to the fourth quadrant, theta will be equal to minus alpha. Now look at this, for this question, minus x comma y. So which quadrant? Minus x comma y means second quadrant. So this is in second quadrant. This implies it is in second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is the value of theta? So theta will be equal to pi minus alpha. Pi minus alpha is what? That is pi minus alpha. What is the value we got? Alpha value we got it as pi by 4. Pi minus pi by 4. So that will be what? 4 pi minus pi, that is 3 pi by 4. So that is what? 3 pi by 4. What is this 3 pi by 4? That is theta is what? 3 pi by 4. That is what? Argument of z. So we got argument of z as what? Argument of z is equal to theta. That is nothing but equal to what? That is nothing but equal to 3 pi by 4. We got it as what? 3 pi by 4. Here I should write what? Argument of z. Here it is what? 3 pi by 4 we got it. For this question, it will keep on varying for different questions. For this question we got it as what? Argument of z is equal to what? 3 pi by 4. Okay, next question. They are given minus 1 comma minus I. They have given minus 1 comma minus I. So let us do it here. Minus 1 comma minus I. Minus 1 comma minus I. Third question, see here. Third question they have given minus 1 comma minus I. So here first I should find what? Alpha, tan inverse of mod y by x, that is minus 1 by minus 1, that is nothing but equal to tan inverse of mod 1. Okay, tan inverse of 1, that is nothing but equal to pi by 4. Again we got alpha is equal to what? Pi by 4. Okay, so here both x and y are negative, so it is, this implies it is in third quadrant. This implies theta is equal to what? Theta is equal to alpha minus pi. In the third quadrant theta is equal to alpha minus pi. So theta is equal to alpha is what? Pi by 4 minus pi, that is nothing but equal to what? That is nothing but equal to what happens? That is nothing but equal to minus 3 pi by 4. So argument of z is equal to theta, that is nothing but equal to minus 3 pi by 4. So when it comes to the third quadrant, what we should write here? So see here, the third quadrant we got what? We got argument of z is equal to minus 3 pi by 4. That is what we got here, because minus x minus y, that is third quadrant. Now let us take up the next question. That is the fourth example. I am just telling you how to find the argument for different cases. So fourth question, see here. Now if they have given 1 minus I, that means what? Alpha is equal to tan inverse of y by x, that is nothing but equal to 1 by minus 1, that is nothing but equal to tan inverse of mod 1, that is nothing but equal to pi by 4. Alpha we got it as what? Pi by 4. Now see here we are having x comma minus y. That means this is what? This is in which quadrant? This is in fourth quadrant. This is in fourth quadrant. This is in fourth quadrant. Next, what is happening? X comma minus y. This is in fourth quadrant. Now what is happening? Observe. So this is in fourth quadrant. Okay. Now fourth quadrant means what is the value of theta? Theta is nothing but equal to minus alpha. So what will be the value of theta? So theta will be equal to minus pi by 4. So what will be the value of argument? Argument of z is equal to, what is it? Theta, which is nothing but equal to minus pi by 4. Okay, this is the value, we got it. So in the fourth quadrant, theta is equal to minus pi by 4. So we can write it down here. So argument of z here will be equal to minus pi by 4, we got it. Okay, minus pi by 4 in which quadrant? In the fourth quadrant. Clear? That's all. Got it, friends? This is how we have to do the question when it comes to the argument. But they won't give such simple things. I have done it for your basics to be clear. Now let us take up some complex examples where you have to apply the properties as well. Not just finding the value of theta or not just finding the value of alpha, you have to apply the properties as well. So let us take up some questions from the examination. Okay, from where the questions have come, from certain examinations questions have come based on the properties of argument of complex number. Let us take up those questions now. So the first question that we are having is, z is equal to 1 plus I, z is equal to 1 plus I into root 3 minus I, this will be divided by minus 1 plus I. So they are asking us to find argument of z. Next question, let us take up now. Itself second question. They are telling, they are asking they are asking us to find the argument of, so see here, 1 plus I whole cube into 1 minus I whole to the power of 4 divided by 1 plus root 3I whole to the power of 2, that is whole square. So they are asking us to find the argument. Okay, that's it. That's it, we are having the questions. So, see, let us do this question first. So, z is given 1 plus I into root 3 minus 1 divided by minus 1 plus I. This is what is given. We have to find the argument of z. So, if you want to find the argument of z, what we will do is, see here, argument of z, see here, we know that argument of this is of the form argument of z1 z2 by z3. Okay, this can be written as what? This is the product. I can write it as argument of z1, argument of see here, this is of the form, observe carefully, this is of the form, I am just telling the property, this is of the form argument of z1 into z2 divided by z3. Okay, this is of this form. So, this I can write it as what? I can apply the property and I can write it as what? Argument of z1 plus argument of z2 divided by argument of z3. Argument of z3 divided by, instead of that I will avoid one step and I can write it here as what? I can write it here as minus argument of z3, minus argument of z3. Okay, why minus? Because it is coming in the denominator. Okay, log of m by n is what? Log of m minus log of n, same thing. Argument also same thing. So, we are getting argument of z3. Now, this is what we are having. So, z1 is what? 1 plus I. So, we will write it as what? Argument of, we will write it as argument of 1 plus I plus argument of z2. Argument of z2 is what? Argument of root 3 minus I divided by, instead of divided by, let us write it like this, argument of z3. z3 is what? Minus 1 plus I, minus 1 plus I. For all of this, let us find out the alpha. So, alpha will be what here? Tan inverse of 1 by 1. I am writing directly, tan inverse of 1 by 1, that is y by x. Y is what here? 1. 1 by 1 is what? Let me write it here, one step, let it be, no problem. 1 by 1, this value will be equal to what? This value will be equal to pi by 4. This is alpha. Okay, let me write it as alpha 1. Okay, alpha 1. Now, what about this one? This one, alpha 2, I am writing directly. So, tan inverse of y by x, that is what? Minus 1 by root 3, that is nothing but equal to what? Minus 1, it will become plus 1 only, because modulus is there. 1 by root 3, tan inverse of 1 by root 3 is what? Okay, tan inverse of 1 by root 3 is pi by 6, that is 30 degree. This you will understand when I do inverse trigonometry. Okay, tan inverse of 1 by root 3 is what? Pi by 6. Minus, what is this alpha? What is this we are having? Alpha 3. Okay, alpha 3 is what? Tan inverse of what is this we are having? Tan inverse of, we are having minus 1 plus I, minus 1 plus I, that is minus 1 plus I means 1 by minus 1, that is nothing but equal to what? Pi by 4 itself. This is also pi by 4. So, we got alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha 3. Okay, this is what we have got it. Okay, now what we can do? Alpha 1 we got it, alpha 6 we got it, alpha 3 we got it. Now, alpha 1 if you see, this in which quadrant? Both are positive. Alpha 1 is in first quadrant. First quadrant, theta value will be equal to what? Theta value will be equal to theta 1. I can write it as theta value will be equal to pi by 4 itself. Theta 1 will be equal to alpha itself. Look at this one. This is x is positive, y is negative. That means what? This is in fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, theta value will be equal to minus alpha 2. This is theta 2 will be equal to minus alpha 2. That is I can write it as minus pi by 6. Minus pi by 6. Now, what about this one? So, look at this theta 3. So, theta 3 here, x is negative, y is positive is second quadrant. Second quadrant, theta 3 is equal to pi minus alpha. That I can write it as what? Pi minus pi by 4. Now, put all of this together. So, put all of this together. We are having what? Argument of z1. This one will be equal to what? Pi by 4. Argument of z2 plus argument of z2 will be equal to what? Theta 2, that is minus pi by 6. Okay. In bracket, I will write it as what? Minus pi by 6. Minus, because here minus is there. Don't forget that. Minus argument of z3 is what? Theta 3 is there. So, this will become what? Minus pi by 4. Pi minus pi by 4. Now, we will write it as what? Pi by 4 plus, here plus will go, plus into minus will become minus, minus pi by 6, minus into minus pi plus pi by 4. Minus pi plus pi by 4. See, pi by 4 plus pi by 4. 45 plus 45 is what? 90. Minus pi. Okay. This is minus pi by 6. So, here I will write it. Here I will write it. Pi by 4 plus pi by 4 is what? 90 degree. So, minus pi plus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 minus pi by 6. This is what we are having. So, 180 minus 90 will be 90 itself, but it is minus 90 because minus pi is there, minus pi by 2 minus pi by 6. So that is 90 plus 30. 90 plus 30 is what? 120, but here negative sign is there, so we will get it as what? 120 will be equal to minus 2 pi by 3. Minus 2 pi by 3. So argument of z is nothing but equal to entire argument of z will be equal to minus 2 pi by 3. So this is the final answer, friends. Like this, okay, we can apply the property. This is the property we applied, and we can find out the value of alpha then theta depending on the quadrant. Clear? So I have done it elaborately so that you understand each and every step. So first we applied this property, then for z1, z2 and z3 we found out the alpha. Alpha is what? Tan inverse of y by x. Then after finding alpha, depending on the quadrant, we found out theta for each of it. Then we put the values here. This is theta 1 plus theta 2 minus theta 3. Put the values and you will find out the final answer, that is argument of z is equal to some theta you will get, final theta you will get. Theta is what? Theta 1 plus theta 2 minus theta 3. You will get the value of theta. Clear? Let us move to the next question, friends. Let us move to the next question that we are having. Just a minute. Now look at this. They have given argument of 1 plus I cube, 1 minus I whole power 4, 1 plus root 3 I whole square. So this I can write it as what? So this is of the form, see this is of the form, I can write it here, this is of the form argument of z1 to the power z1 z2 by z3, here to the power of m to the power of n or to the power of p. Okay, this will come down. Okay, let me write it here. Okay, this can be written as argument of z1 z2, I can write it as what? Argument of, I can write it as 1 plus I plus argument of 1 minus I minus argument of this denominator we have to take minus argument of 1 plus root 3 I is there. So now what is happening here? To the power of 3 is there, here to the power of 4 is there, here to the power of 2 is there. So what I can do here? So we know that argument of z to the power of n, argument of z to the power of n, so forget about this. So argument of z to the power of n can be written as what? N times z to n times argument of z, same as the log function. See, log of a to the power of n, we will write it as what? M times log a. So similarly same property will apply, this 3 will come down here. So this will become what? 3 times argument of 1 plus I. This will become what? 4 times argument of 1 minus I, and what would this become? Minus 2 will come down, minus 2 times argument of 1 plus root 3 I, 1 plus root 3 I. Now I will write the alpha value directly. Okay, I will write the alpha value directly. So here 3 will be there. Okay, so here 3 will be there, 3 into alpha, what is this alpha? Tan inverse of 1 by 1, that is 3 times pi by 4. I will write it as what? I will write it as 3 times pi by 4. This is alpha value I am writing, 3 times pi by 4, alphas I am writing here, all the values of alpha, plus 4 into what is this? What is this we are having? I am writing just the alpha value. Tan inverse of 1 by 1, that is tan inverse of 1 by 1. 1 by modulus of minus 1, that is nothing but equal to plus 1 only. This will become 4 times pi by 4. 4 I can cancel. Okay, or let me keep it just like that as of now. Minus 2 times argument of root 3 by 1. Root 3 by 1 is what, friends? Root 3 by 1. Root 3, tan inverse of root 3 by 1, that is tan inverse of root 3. Tan inverse of root 3 is nothing but what? 60 degree. 60 degree means it is pi by 3. This will be 2 pi by 3. This will be 2 pi by 3. This is what we have. Okay, this is what we have. But this is what? This is in which quadrant? First quadrant. What about this one? Which quadrant this is in? This is in x is positive, y is negative, means this is in fourth quadrant. What about this one? What about this one? 1 plus root 3I. This is in first quadrant. Okay. Now what will happen to theta? So theta will be first quadrant. Theta will remain as it is, 3 pi by 4. In the fourth quadrant, what will happen to theta? Theta will become minus alpha. Theta will be equal to minus alpha. This will become minus 4 pi by 4. Okay, minus 4 pi by 4. What will this be? The first quadrant, theta will be equal to alpha. So this will be minus, will remain as it is, minus 2 pi by 3. Now 4 and 4 I can cancel here. 4 and 4 I can cancel, or simply put, here I am having minus 4 pi by 4. Here 3 pi by 4. Minus 4 pi by 4 plus 3 pi by 4. It will give us what? It will give us plus 3 pi by 4. So not plus 3 by 4, we will get it as what? We will get it as equal to theta will be equal to what we will get it as minus pi by 4 minus 2 pi by 3. This is what we will be getting it. Now if I take the LCM is what? 12. So this is what? 4 3 is a minus 3 pi. This is what? 3 4 is a 4 2 is a 8 pi. Okay. So we will get what? Theta value will be equal to minus 11 pi by 12. Theta value will be equal to minus 11 pi by 12. So argument of Z is equal to theta, that is nothing but equal to minus 11 pi by 12. Minus 11 pi by 12. This is how we will solve this question. This is how we will be solving this question. Clear, friends? That's all about the concept of what? Argument. Okay, let us proceed. Next very important concept is square root of a complex number. Okay, square root of a complex number. So square root of a complex number they are asking. So how to find the square root of a complex number? Suppose they were given z is equal to x plus iy. They are asking square root of a complex number means we have to find out square root of z. That means we have to find out square root of x plus iy. Okay, for this we have a formula that is nothing but equal to plus or minus. Okay, what is it? Plus or minus. Okay, under square root of mod z plus x by 2, mod z plus x by 2 plus, since here it is plus, here also plus should come, plus mod z minus x by 2. One is what? Mod z plus x by 2. Another one is mod z minus x by 2. Here what should come? I should come. Here I should come. So this is how you will find out the value of this. This is how you will find out the value of square root of a complex number. Plus or minus should come. Okay. That's all. Plus or minus should come for the entire thing. So this is how you will be finding it out. Okay. This is the formula for finding the square root of a complex number. Okay, this is the formula for finding out the square root of a complex number. Suppose we are having x, z is equal to x plus or minus. Okay, here plus or minus means here also it will be plus or minus. So that means what? If it is plus, here it is plus. If it is minus, here it will be minus. But this value won't change and this value won't change. Mod z plus x by 2, mod z minus x by 2, everything under the square root. Now let us take an example. Suppose z is given as 3 plus 4i. Z is given as 3 plus 4i. They are asking us to find what? Square root of z. Square root of z is equal to what? We will write it plus or minus. What is it? Okay, square root of mod z. Okay, mod z is what? If I want this one, this implies mod z will be equal to what? Square root of x square plus y square. This is 3 square plus 4 square. That is nothing but equal to what? Yesterday's class I told you how to find the modulus. So 9 plus 16. 9 plus 16 square root of 25. That is nothing but equal to 5. So what will this value be? So first thing we are having mod z. Mod z we got it as what? 5. 5 plus what is that? X is what? 3. 5 plus 3 by 2. 5 plus 3 by 2. Here plus is there. So here also it will be plus. Okay. I into what is that we are having? What is that we are having? So square root of 5 minus 3 by 2. X is what here? X is what here? 3. So 5 minus 3 by 2. This is what we are having. So 5 plus 3 by 2. So this will be equal to plus or minus. Since we are finding the square root, so it will be plus or minus. So plus or minus 5 plus 3 by 2. 5 plus 3 is what? 8 by 2. So square root of 8 by 2. Okay. And here it is plus I into 5 minus 3 is what? 2. Square root of 2 by 2. So this will be 2 ones are 2 fours are 2 ones are 2 ones are. Okay. 2 cancel, we will get 1. Okay. So square root of 4 is what, friends? It is 2. Okay. Square root of 4 is what? It is 2. So this will become plus or minus 2 plus square root of 1 is 1 itself plus 1. 1 I or just I. So plus or minus 2 plus I. This is the square root of the complex number. This is how you will be finding the square root of the complex number. Let us proceed further. So different forms of the complex number. In different forms of the complex number, one is the Cartesian form. Till now what we studied, that itself is the Cartesian form. Another one we are having is what? Polar form, and one more thing is Euler form. Okay. So see here, Cartesian form means what? Z is equal to x plus iy, be a complex number. So that means we will represent z in terms of x and y coordinates. That is x and y axis we represent. That is called the Cartesian form, which we already have studied till now. Whatever we studied till now is the Cartesian form itself. Now what we will be studying now, okay, as of now will be what? Polar form. Instead of writing x and y, we will write it in form of what? Polar form means we will write it in the form of sin theta and cos theta. Okay, sin theta and cos theta. Okay. So see here, z is equal to x plus iy, be a complex number. Then z is equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta, or r cis theta is called the modulus amplitude form, or it is also called as polar form. If they say polar form or modulus amplitude form, it is one and the same. Why they are telling modulus amplitude form? This R value is called the modulus of the complex number, and we are having theta, that is why it is called as amplitude or argument form. Okay, now see here, let us take a complex number. Z is equal to x plus iy. Z is equal to x plus iy. Let argument of z be equal to theta. Argument of z is equal to theta. Okay, its modulus, let us represent it by r. R is equal to mod z, that is nothing but equal to what? Square root of x square plus y square. Then z can be written as what? Z can be written as r into, okay, r into cos theta plus I sin theta. Please remember, whenever x we are writing and y we are writing, x is representing cos theta. So x coordinate is cos theta always, and y coordinate is sin theta, because sin theta we are having what? Perpendicular, and cos theta we are having base. Okay, that's why base is coming in x axis, x is cos theta, and perpendicular, that is y axis, that is having sin theta. Okay, r is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta, where r is equal to what? R is the amplitude. Okay, amplitude or you can say it as what? Modulus. Theta is the amplitude or theta is the argument. Okay, that is what I told you. Argument or amplitude of z is what? Theta, and r is the modulus of the complex number. R is equal to, we will write it as what? Square root of x square plus y square. In simplest form, this can be written as what? R is equal to cis theta. R is equal to cis theta. R is equal to cis theta. So here you should be careful. This cis theta I am writing. Suppose I write R is equal to cis of, suppose I am writing R is equal to cis of minus theta. What we will have? R is equal to cis of minus theta. We will write it as what? This can be written as R into cos of minus theta plus I into sin of minus theta. Now I told you while discussing trigonometry, negative angles, okay, trigonometric values of negative angles, I told you cos will observe the negativity. So cos of negative angle will become what? Cos theta itself. Sin of any angle, okay, sin of negative angle, tan of negative angle, cosecant, all these things. Okay, I told you it will throw out the negativity. So what will happen? So this will become equal to R into cos will observe the negativity. So this will become cos theta itself. Cos of minus theta will become cos theta itself. This sign will throw out the negativity. So it will become what? Minus I into sin theta. Clear friends? That is the meaning of what? R is equal to cis of minus theta. So based on the value of theta, just put the values here. If it is cis pi by 2, put everywhere pi by 2. That's it. Clear friends? This is all you have to know when it comes to the polar form. That's all we have to know when it comes to the polar form. Next, Euler forms. The extension of the polar form itself is the Euler form. So what you wrote in polar form? Z is equal to R into cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, then here R is what? Modulus. Here theta is what? Argument of Z. This you write it in the form of Z. If you write Z in the form of R into e power I theta, R into e power I theta, this is known as Euler form. The word E itself says this is known as Euler form. R into e power I theta. Here theta is what? Argument of Z. R is what? The modulus of Z. Modulus means the distance function. It is a distance function. So modulus function, that is telling the value of Z. So it should always be positive. That is the meaning of the Euler function. Clear friends? That's all you have to know when it comes to the Euler function. Some properties which you have to remember when it comes to the Euler function. So see here, e power I theta, that is nothing but what? E power I theta means cis theta. R is not there here, don't worry about R. E power I theta, it is nothing but cis theta. E power I theta or cis theta, it is one and the same, but cis theta value is what? Cos theta plus I sin theta. So from now onwards, whenever I say e power I theta or cis theta, from now onwards, whenever I say e power I theta or cis theta, what should come to your mind? It should be cos theta plus I sin theta. Now from now onwards, if I say e power minus I theta, it is nothing but equal to what? Cis of minus theta, that is nothing but equal to cos theta minus I sin theta. So here plus means here it is plus, here minus means here it is minus. That's all. Simple, fairly simple. So this is what you have to know. Now cos theta can also be written as e power I theta plus e power minus I theta by 2. Okay, this is important property. This you will learn when you learn the hyperbolic functions. I sin theta is nothing but equal to, I is not required actually, e power I theta minus e power minus I theta by 2. This is one thing. Okay, so 1 by 6 theta is nothing but equal to 6 into minus theta. 1 by 6 theta can be written as what? 6 of minus theta. I told you in trigonometry also. So see here, sin theta, not sin theta, what you can write it? Cos theta plus I sin theta can be written as what? Equal to 1 by cos theta minus I sin theta, minus I sin theta. That is what it means. That is, I am telling cis theta will be equal to 1 by cis of minus theta. Now see here, cis of theta 1, cis of theta 2 can be written as what? Cis of theta 1 plus theta 2. Okay. So see here, this is same as the logarithmic, same like that. So cis of theta 1, cis of theta 2 is nothing but equal to cis of theta 1 plus theta 2. The product will become addition. So the division will become subtraction. Cis of theta 1 by cis of theta 2, we will write it as what? Cis of theta 1 minus theta 2. So the division will become subtraction and the multiplication will become addition. Correct? No? See, whenever we do division, you take the difference. Correct? No? Whenever you do multiplication, in the end you will do what? Addition. That's why the multiplication is becoming what? The addition, and the division is becoming what? Difference. Clear? Next thing. Some more values. So cis of 2 pi is equal to e power I 2 pi, that is nothing but equal to what? Wherever theta is there, you have to put the value of 2 pi. So 2 pi means what? Cos of even pi is what? Plus 1. Cos of odd pi is what? Minus 1. Sin of 2 pi or sin of pi, sin of any pi is 0. So 2 pi is what? Plus 1. Okay. So cis pi, that is e power I pi, cos of pi, that is odd pi, that will become minus 1, because sin of any pi is 0. Next, pi by 2, cos of pi by 2 is what? 0, but sin of pi by 2 is what? 1. So 1 into I is what? I. So this will become what? Cis of minus pi by 2 is what? Minus I. So please remember these 4 values. Okay, you have to remember these values. You don't have to put the values and see. You have to memorize these values. You have to memorize these values. This is important. These 4 values, please memorize it. De Moivre's theorem, as of now it is not that important. Let us solve some questions based on the concept that we have studied. Let us solve some questions from EAMCET they have asked. Okay, what are the values that they have asked? Okay. Now see here, they are asking the imaginary part. I told you in complex numbers we have the real part and the imaginary part. So in this question they are asking the imaginary part. But to find out the imaginary part, first you have to get the complex number in the form of x plus iy. In the denominator I should not have the complex number. So for this, what you have to do? First you have to rationalize. Rationalize here means what? Here you have to find the conjugate. You have to find the conjugate. This question, it's a fairly simple question. You do it by yourself. Take this as a question for yourself and put it in the comment section. Do it by yourself. In the next class, I will be solving it for you. Now let us go to some more complex question. So see here they are asking the square root of 7 plus 24i. See in AP 2024 directly formula based they are asking 7 plus 24i. So square root of this complex number they are asking. Square root of the complex number means it is what? Plus or minus mod z plus x by 2. Another one is plus I into, here plus is there, so it is plus I into mod z minus x by 2 within the square root, everything within the square root, everything within the square root. This is plus or minus will come outside. They need not give both the values plus or minus, one of the values they can give in the options. So first let us find out mod z. Mod z is what? 7 square plus 24 square. You should know the squares. So 24 square is what? 24 square is 576. 7 square is what? 49. So 625 you will get it. Square root of 625 is what? 25. So mod z value will be equal to 25. Okay. First one what we are having? Mod z plus x. Mod z plus x. X is what here? This is x plus iy. Okay. X plus iy. So x plus iy. So 25 plus, what is that we are having? 25 plus 7. 25 plus 7 is what? 25 plus 7, that is nothing but equal to plus or minus. This will be equal to 25 plus 7 is what? 32. 32 by 2 is what? 16. So directly I will write what the value? 16. Square root of 16. Okay. Plus I into 25 minus x. 25 minus x is what? 25 minus 7. 25 minus 7 is what? 18. So 18 means what I can write? 25 minus 7 is what? 18. So 18 divided by 2 is what? 9. So square root of 9 is what? Let me write it here one more step. Square root of 9. This is what we are having. So plus or minus square root of 16 is what? 4 plus I into square root of 9 is what? 3. So this is what we are having. So look at the options what we are having. So plus 4 I 3. So what we have to take? Minus 4 minus 3i. Minus 4 minus 3i. So if you have to go for minus 4 minus 3i. See here 4 plus 3i, one option is there. Yes, we will take the positive value. If I take the positive value instead of plus or minus, I will take the positive value 4 plus 3i. 4 plus 3i. 4 plus 3i, we will get it. So that is nothing but it is in the option 4. Fourth option is the right option, friends. Directly based on the formula, you will be able to solve this. This is how the bridge course will help you. You are able to solve the question from AP set. Now let us see some more questions. So look at this question, friends. If 2 minus ix plus some complex number they were given plus this is what is given is equal to 1 minus 2a, this is what they were given, then we have to find 2x plus 4y. So first of all find out x and y value, then substitute it here. So to find out x and y value, in the denominator I should not have a complex number. Here also complex number is there, here also complex number is there. So I should eliminate the complex number. That means it is similar to if there is irrational number in the denominator, what you will do? You will rationalize it to make it a rational number. Irrational will become rational. Similarly, to remove the complex number, what you will do? You will multiply it with the conjugate of the denominator. So if 2 plus I is the complex number, its conjugate is what? Only for the imaginary part change the sign. This will become 2 minus I. Another denominator is what? 1 plus 2i. So for this its conjugate is what? 1 minus 2i. So let us take up the question, that is 2 minus I into x plus 1 plus I divided by what we are having? 2 plus I. So let me multiply it here itself. So what I will do? Into 2 minus I divided by 2 minus I. 2 minus I. I hope it is visible to all of you the question. Now look at this. Plus what we are having? 1 minus 2i. Okay, 1 minus 2i into y plus 1 minus I by 1 plus 2i. Let us multiply it with its conjugate, multiply and divide with its conjugate, 1 minus 2i by 1 minus 2a. So this is equal to what? RHS they have given 1 minus 2a. Now observe carefully. So 2 minus I, that is nothing but what? A into A is what? A square. Similarly 2 minus I is what? 2 minus I whole square. 2 minus I whole square into x plus this is 2 into 1 is what? 2 plus 2i minus I minus I square by what is that we are having? A plus b into a minus b is what? A square minus b square. So 2 square minus I square. 2 square is what? 4 minus I square is what? Minus 1. Minus of minus is what? Plus. So this will become plus 5. 4 plus 1 5. 5 we have got it. Now this one see here. See what I wrote it here is, let me write it here. See 2 plus I into 2 minus I, that is nothing but what? A plus b into a minus b. That is what? A square minus b square. Here a square is what? 2 square minus I square. I square value we know that it is minus 1. 2 square is what? 4 minus of minus 1. So this will become 4 plus 1, that is 5. So similarly if I look at this denominator see here 1 plus 2i, 1 minus 2i, 1 square minus of 2i square. 2i square is what? Minus 2. 2i square is what? 2 square I square. 2 square I square it will become. So this is 2 square is what? 4. So 4 into minus 1 is minus 4. Minus 4 into minus is what? Plus 4. Plus 4 plus 1 is what? 5. This will also be 5. This will also be 5. So let me write it here. So this will be what? 1 square minus 2 square I square. A square b square. So this will be what? 1 minus 2 square is what? 4. I square is what? Minus 1. So this will be 1 plus 4, that is 5. That's why you got 5 here also. Now numerator see 1 minus 2i, 1 minus 2i, 1 minus 2i whole square into y. Next 1 plus 1 minus I minus 2i, right? Minus 2i, minus into minus is plus, plus 2i square is equal to what? 1 minus 2i. 1 minus 2i. Let us simplify this further. What we will get? 2 minus I whole square means I will write it as what? 2 minus I whole square means I will write it as, it is 4x. Let me write it in terms of, this is 4 plus I square is what? Plus I square. A minus b whole square, this is I square. This will be 4 plus what I am having? 4 plus I square is what? I square is what? Minus 1. 4 minus 1. I square is what? Minus 1. 4 minus 1 minus 2i. Minus 2 into 2 is what? 4i. 4i into x plus what is this we are having 2 plus 2i minus I is what I square is what minus 1, minus into minus is plus 1, okay, divided by 5, keep it as it is. Okay, what I will do, this 5 I will send it to that side, to the RHS, because both denominators are 5, I can send it to RHS. So this will be what a minus b whole square, this is 1 plus 2i square, 2i square is 2 square is 4, 4 2 square is 4, 4 into minus 1 is minus 4, plus not plus, this will be 2 into 2ab, this is 2 to the 4i, 4i, what is this into I, into y, not I, this is y, 1 minus I minus 2i, this will be minus 3i plus 2i square, 2i square is what, 2i square is, I square is minus 1, 2 into 1 is minus 2, this will be equal to 5 into 1 is 5, 5 into 2 is 10i, this is what we are having. Now look at this, now look at this, so multiply, see let us simplify this, 4 minus 1 is what we are having, 4 minus 1 is 3, so 3 into x, this will be 3x, 3 into x, this is 3x, okay, 3 into x, this is 3x, 3 into x, this is 3x, okay, 3 into x, this is 3x, minus 4 into x into I, 4 into x into I, this is what we are having, plus what is this we are having, 2 plus 3, 2 plus 3, 2 plus 3 is plus 3, plus I we are having, plus I we are having, okay, plus I we are having, 3 plus I, next thing here, 1 minus 4 is what, minus 3, okay, minus 3y, this is minus 3y, just basic calculation, minus 3y, okay, minus 4y into I, minus 4y into I, minus 4y into I, next plus 1 minus 3i minus 2, 1 minus 2 is what, minus 1, this is minus 1, this is what is this, this is minus 1 minus 2 is what, this is minus 1, okay, 1 minus 2 is, this is minus 1, minus 3i, this is equal to what we are having, 5 minus 10i, this is what, this is of the form x plus iy, yes or no, x plus iy, here x value is what, 5, so equate the coefficients of x, equate the coefficients of x to 5, equate the coefficients of x to y, 5, okay, what are the coefficients of x we are having here, here we are having 3, here we are having, what is it we are having, so wherever y is there, we have to equate it with I, right, so I is there here, 4x into I, yes or no, 4x into I, so we will write it as what, 4x into I, so we will write it as what, 3 minus 4i, keep I as it is, 3 minus 4i, what about remaining values of x, that is all, 3 minus 4i we are having, okay, 3 minus 4i we are having, so real values we need, real values for equating that to this one, we need only what is that, so let us take the real values, real values if we take it, what we are having, coefficient of x is what, 3, okay, coefficient of only the real values I wanted, coefficient of only I want the real values, so this will become what, this will become equal to what, see, real values if I take it, here real value is there, this is real value, coefficient of x, let us take it, so let us take only the coefficient of x, this will become what, this will become 3 minus 4i into x, what about this one, this will become what, this will become, if you take it, 3 minus, this will be plus 3, remain as it is, 3 plus, what is this, 3 minus 1 is 2, so this will become what, minus 3 minus 4i into y, okay, 2 plus into y, okay, 3 minus 1 is 2, so I minus 3i, that is what, minus 2i is equal to what is that, 5 minus 10i, now equate the coefficients of y and equate the coefficients of x, equate the coefficients of y and equate the coefficients of x, so who is this, hey, Suman Yadav, hi, so equate the coefficients of x and y, just equating the coefficients of x and y, you will be able to solve the question. Clear friends? So, what we have to do? We have to equate the coefficients of x and y, that means real values together and imaginary values together. So, here y means we should have what? Imaginary values. So, here x means does not mean this x, here we have to equate the real parts. What are the real parts that we have? 3 minus 4 I. Okay. What else is the real part we are having? 3 minus 4 I into x we are having 3 minus 4. Let me write the imaginary part together, real part together. This will be what? This will be, I am having 3, okay, 3 I am having, okay, 3x, correct na, 3x plus, what is this, 3x plus 2, 3x plus 2 minus 3y, 3x plus 2 minus 3y, 3x plus 2, this is 3x plus 2 minus 3y, this is done. Next, imaginary part if we take it. So, imaginary part if we take it, this is plus minus 4x, what else is the imaginary part? Minus 4y, okay, minus 4y, minus, what is this we are having? What is this? Minus 2 into I, this is imaginary part, okay. Real part, 3x plus 2y minus 3y is equal to what? 3x plus 2y minus 3x part plus 2y minus 3y is equal to what? Real part is what? 5. So, 3x minus 3y is equal to what? 5 minus 2, 3. If I divide everything by 3, I will get x minus y is equal to 3y, 3 I got it. Now, let us equate the imaginary part. If I equate the imaginary part, what I am having? Minus 4x minus 4y is equal to minus 2 is equal to minus 10. So, that I can write it as what? Minus 4x minus 4y minus 2 is equal to minus 10, minus 4x minus 4y. If I send 2 that side, this will become what? Minus 8. Okay. So, if I divide throughout by minus 4, I will get what? X plus y is equal to 2. X plus y is equal to 2. So, we got what? We got two equations. We got two equations of in terms of x and y. One is what? X minus y is equal to 3. X plus y is equal to 2. X plus y is equal to 2. So, on solving this, I will get what? On solving this, I will get 2x is equal to I will get it as 5. So, x is equal to what I will get it? On solving this, see here, x minus y is equal to 3. X minus y is equal to what we will get? Not 3, it will be 1. If I divide by 3, this will become 1. It will become 1. So, this will be equal to what? X minus y is equal to 1. X minus y is equal to 1. X plus y is equal to 2. So, now adding what I will get? 2x is equal to 3. This implies x is equal to 3 by 2. On subtracting what I will get? On subtracting, see here, on subtracting what I will get? So, on subtracting what I will be getting? So, minus 2y will be equal to what? Minus 2y will be equal to minus 1. Okay, minus 2y will be equal to minus 1. So, y will be equal to 1 by 2. Y will be equal to 1 by 2. Now, we have to find out the value of 2x plus 4y. So, 2x is what? X is nothing but 3 by 2. 2 into 3 by 2 plus 4 into 1 by 2. 4 into 1 by 2. 2 ones are 2 twos are cancel. So, we will have what? 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is what? 5. See, 3 plus 2 is what? 5. So, this is how you can solve the question, which is nothing but first option. First option, that is 5 is the right answer. This is how we can solve the question from TS EAP set. I have taken elaborate time to explain each and every step. So, what you should do here? On expanding, what you will do? Just equate real part with real part and imaginary part with imaginary part. You will get two equations in x and y. Solve the two equations, you will get the value of x, you will get the value of y, and put it in this one. Then 2x plus 4y is equal to what is it? You will put the value. Clear friends? Let us go to the next question. Let us do one more question on complex numbers. Okay. So, see here they have given z is equal to 1 minus root 3i. They are asking z cube minus 3z square plus 3z is equal to what? TS 2024 they have asked this question. So, first what we will do is, we instead of putting the one thing is what, you can put the value of z here and you can find out the value. Other thing is we will use the shortcut method or we will use a simplified method compared to this, because this is a very tedious method. You have to cube, square and all these things. Instead of that, what we will do, this z minus 1 I will take it, this will become equal to what? Minus root 3i. This is what we will have. Now, what I will do is I will square on both sides. What I will do is I will be doing what? I will be squaring it on both sides. Square on both sides, what I will get? Z minus I whole square. Okay, z minus I whole square will be equal to minus root 3i whole square. Z minus I whole square is what? A minus b whole square, that is nothing but here z square plus 1 minus 2z is equal to what? Minus into minus square will become what? Plus root 3 square will become what? 3. 3 into I square, 3 into I square. 3 into I square I will have. So, z square plus 1 minus 2z, 3 into I square. I square is what? Minus 1. So, minus 3 I will be having. Okay, minus 3 I will be having. Okay, minus 3 I will be having. So, if I send this side, this will become z square minus 2z plus 4 is equal to 0. This is what I got it. Now, using this, I will divide the given equation. So, z cube, okay, from equation, okay, z cube minus 3z square plus 3z, I will divide by what is that? What is that? What is the value we got? Okay, this equation I will divide by, okay, whatever the given question, that is z cube minus 3z square. This is not 2, this is 3z square plus 3z. I will divide by this one, z square minus 2z plus 4. Z square minus 2z plus 4. I will find out the quotient. What is the quotient? Let me find out. So, z square z cube, you know the long division method. So, this will become what? I should write z here. Okay, I should write what? Z here. So, z into z square is what? Z cube minus 2z square plus 4z. Now, subtract it. Now, subtract it. So, this will cancel. What I will have? Minus z square minus z square. This will be what? Minus z. Minus z square minus z. Okay. So, see here what I am having? Minus z square. What is this I am having? Minus z I am having. So, what I should write? Next factor will be, if I divide by z square, okay, what I will have? I will have minus 1. I will have minus 1. So, minus 1 into z square into minus 1 is what? Minus z square. Minus into minus plus 2z. Okay, plus 2z. Okay, this will become what? Plus 4 into minus 1 is what? Plus 4 into minus 1 is minus 4. So, on cancelling, what I will be getting? This will cancel. This will be minus. This will be plus. Okay, and cancelling, what I will be getting? Minus 3z plus 4. Minus 3z plus 4. Okay. So, what finally we got it? This value we wrote it in the form of. This is divisor into quotient. Divisor into quotient. That is remainder theorem I am writing. Divisor into quotient. Quotient is what? Z minus 1 plus what is it? Remainder. Plus remainder. Plus remainder, what we got? Minus 3z plus 4. Minus 3z plus 4. Now, observe carefully. From equation 1, I can say that this value is equal to what? 0. This value equal to what? 0. This value is equal to what? 0. So, 0 into this is what? 0 itself. So, we got this value. Okay, with this value we got it equal to what? Only remainder will remain, that is minus 3z plus 4. Why? Because this 0 into minus z minus 1 will become 0 only. So, let me write it here. Let me write it here. This entire thing will become 0 plus remainder is what? Minus 3z plus 4. Okay, just put the value of z here now. Okay, 0 plus anything is what? We will have the value minus 3 into z value is what? Z value is 1 minus root 3i. 1 minus root 3i plus 4. Okay, just multiply minus root 3 plus 3 root 3i plus 4. 3 root 3i plus 4. Okay, minus root 3 3 root 3i plus 4. So, what I will be having? 1 plus 3 root 3i. 1 plus 3 root 3i. 4 minus 3 is what? 1 plus 3 root 3i. 1 plus 3 root 3i, which is the option? That is nothing but the second option. Clear, friend? This is how easily we can solve instead of putting the value directly. Clear? I hope it is clear. Now, we have covered all the concepts that are essential for you when it comes to the chapter of complex numbers. Alright, friends, I will wind up now. Let us meet in the next session where we will be discussing the topic of sequence and series. Thank you. Take care.